Yo, what's good? It's Guapee. I want to do something different today. I normally don't do this. I'm normally not, speaking directly to you guys, but considering that you've been asking me this a lot lately about what my thoughts on the Revenant rework are, I figured why not turn it into a video. So I'm going to go over pretty much everything we know, all of the fresh and most recent stuff, and I'm going to give my input, what I think is going to be good, bad, or just my overall thoughts on everything that we know so far. In case you're new here, I just have a lot of Revenant kills and I do the wall running movement tech on Rev. That's kind of what I'm known for, so if that's a reason for you to want to watch and know my opinion, then so be it. And if you aren't familiar with all of the Revenant stuff that's been happening, I'm going to leave a link to a couple of really short and easy to watch videos that will keep you up to date and teach you all of the stuff about the Revenant rework. So it'll be probably a video from Grrt and whoever. Watch those if you need to be up to date, and yeah, let's just get into it. So it's worth noting that my overall standing on stuff like this is that I can't get too invested in something that isn't fully announced by the devs. It is just data mine stuff and leaks, and even though it's pretty much 99% whatever guaranteed to be happening with how much that's been leaked to this point, we still don't know exactly when or what is even being released, because we've had a bunch of different abilities data mined, all sorts of different dates that people were making assumptions that it was going to come at the start of this season, and it didn't, and everyone was disappointed. So I don't care about any dates that people think it is or what abilities people actually think it is. I'm just going to go over the stuff that we've seen and give my opinions on it. This stuff could be completely irrelevant when it comes out. This could be completely all BS and we'll get something completely different. I just am happy that he's getting something. I think this character is so bad. I play him because he looks cool and it's fun to do stuff on a terrible legend, but holy shit, bro. This legend is so bad, and there is literally no way they could make a kit worse than his. I simply do not think that is within their capabilities. Whatever we get as a rework should be better than what he currently has, and I will take that as soon as possible whenever it comes. So there's 3 abilities that are currently being talked about the most as being the quote-unquote stuff that he's getting for a rework, although I feel like we've heard of probably 4 more abilities over the past few months. There was 3 abilities the other week that sort of resurfaced or whatever, or come out of nowhere, and I don't really know too much about that. And then there was the 1v1 ultimate, which I'll probably touch on that later, but I'm just going to talk about the 3 that everyone seems to know about right now, which is the upgraded version of Silence, the wall run passive, and the Fade ultimate from Apex Mobile, because that seems to be what data miners think he's getting right now. I mean, this could all be completely false, but I kind of like this kit that is up in the air. I want to talk about this and how it would affect Revenant players, how it would affect me, what my thoughts on everything are. So we're going to start with the Silence. My stance on this ability as of right now, a lot of Revenant mains really like Silence. For me, I don't care. It's just a Pokemon ball. It's not particularly fun or interesting. It's just a decent ability. If they were to remove this, or if they were to rework it, I wouldn't mind either. And I kind of like the sound of the route that it seems to be taken. Word on the street is that it's going to be slightly reworked to it'll still be a Silence, but be sort of more high risk, high skill, high reward, something like that. No specifics, just that is what I've heard from videos linked in the description. So Silence, it sounds like it could be more fun, which is honestly what I'm looking for, so nothing too much to speak on there. Next, the ultimate. Now I want to talk about the 2 ultimates that I really know about, which is this one and then the previous one, which was talked about for a while, being the 1v1 ult. So Fade's ultimate from Apex Mobile was a void grenade in which you can basically banish people to a different realm within a certain radius. This seems like a really cool ultimate to have within the actual game. A lot of outplay ability within this, and the whole 1v1 ult, to me they seem like borderline the same concept and same idea. If you've ever played Warframe before and you've played Limbo, you will know exactly where I'm coming from with this. This ability has a ton of outplay potential, being able to banish and segregate fights in ways that you want. Like if you throw a void grenade on a specific area and you're fighting within said area with another team, any shots that are going into that, you know, vicinity from a third party wouldn't be doing anything to you, and vice versa. You know, I like the idea of separating a fight. If you can hit someone specifically within a team with it and just take them out of the fight, or I'm not entirely sure if it allows you to banish you and your enemy at the same time. Maybe if someone's close with you and you can banish you and them, and kind of force yourself into a 1v1 whilst the other two enemies on the team can't even engage with you. That to me sounds like a really fun way to fight in a 1v3 or any sort of fight. Being able to control the fight more, you know, you throw this on the person that's rezzing, it would probably cancel it. Stuff like that. This ult sounds like it has a bunch of offensive and defensive potential, and I'm super excited for the idea of it being in the game. The 1v1 ult, to me, just sounds like a rework of this. Like the same, it sounds like the same thing. I would not be surprised if they do either one of these, because I think one of them is probably just a rework of the other. Because, you know, if you banish someone with a fade ult and yourself, you're basically within a 1v1 within your own realm, even though it stays within the same area, which I prefer the idea of that as opposed to teleporting you and an enemy away to a 1v1 area. That seems almost unnecessary. I like the idea of it, you still being, you know, let's say you're fighting within a streamer building, you're in a zipline shaft and you've got 3 people coming at you, you get into a 1v1 but the other 2 are running at you, and you banish yourself and the enemy that's close to you, and all of a sudden you've got a 1v1 that was just a 1v3, and you can, you know, pick enemies off one by one. I like the idea. Either one of these could work if it's executed properly. Anything this character can get is better than Totem. Totem is so bad. Anything they could do, I don't think too many Revenant mains really like the ability anymore. It was kind of fun when it released. It was nice to try to do as much damage and get as many kills within a single rev push as possible, but the ability, it's a team-based ability on the most selfish character in the game, so it already doesn't even fit his theme. The shadow mode that comes with Totem does nothing. It is a waste of a cool idea and a cool reskin that it gives you. But it does nothing. You don't even get a speed boost. It just puts you flesh, which means you get in a revolt and boom, you've got aim punch when shooting people, and you can't even put out necessary damage that you need to. So many wrong things with Totem. It is literally the entire reason why Revenant was a hated character in the first place, because it became this cancerous meta with, you know, the old Octane pad, and I just want the ability gone. There is no saving Totem. They have tried and failed and buffed and nerfed it so many times. There's ways to do similar abilities, but the Totem never needed to be there. It doesn't fit, it's not even fun, and it's not good. I am so confident that if this rework is actually happening, and even if just one ability was getting reworked, I would, like, there is no way it is not the ultimate. Like, this ability needs to go, and it will go. I would be very surprised if Totem stayed in the game, because it just has no place whatsoever. Nobody likes it. I can't stand it. Need something better and more fun. So, I'll take anything we can get at this point. And now, finally, we have the passive, which is obviously a big talking point for me. Wall running. It sounds like something you would combine with his current passive. It doesn't make sense to give him just straight up wall running as a passive and get rid of his current one. I wouldn't be surprised if this is combined, but if they remove his current passive, what that would mean, for those of you that don't know, Revenant's current passive of being able to climb higher and crouch walk faster, the way the climb higher passive works, its interaction with walls and wall bounces is simply just a bug. The way you can chain these smaller wall bounces and chain wall runs around corners with tap strafing to do with some sort of cooldown that the wall run gives. But it messes up his wall bounce, so Revenant can't pull off a regular wall bounce. It is like half the size and distance of everyone else. But he can go around a corner, you know, and chain these small wall bounces. You can do cool stuff with it, as you can see with the gameplay in the background, but as much as I love doing that, and it is fun outplaying people on such a terrible legend with such a cool movement ability, it is so situational, so inconsistently useful, a wall bounce, and like playing Revenant for so long and switching onto another character, the freedom you have to be able to wall bounce off of literally anything is so much nicer on every other character. Revenant's movement is bad. It is a nerf compared to other legends, and I am completely okay with the idea of it being completely removed and him just being able to wall bounce like every other legend in the game at the cost of not being able to climb as high. That's why there is a chance that maybe if they're going to add this wall running stuff, like a Titanfall wall run to him, maybe it would fix his wall bounce as well. I think that would be cool. It's fun, it's got its uses, I'm used to it by now, but would I be okay if they removed his current passive and replaced it with something better? Yeah, I think I'd be fine, just because we've been doing this for a year now. You guys have all seen the wall run clips by this point. It's fun to watch, it's rewarding to do, but my god is it gimmicky and it is not useful, and I would rather be playing a different legend that can actually do something in majority of situations where a wall isn't connected with another wall. It's just, you know, if there's a rock I could wall bounce off of it for once, you know. So I'm open to wall running being a thing. If I could guess, if they were going to give Revenant wall running like Titanfall, it has probably got a pretty hefty cooldown and balance, and that you can't wall run for, let's say you wouldn't be able to wall run around, you know, the entire outside of a construction building, you know, 4-story whatever. I wouldn't expect that to be possible, maybe with like chaining and tap strafing, but being able to do this in fights, I don't think they're going to let you shoot your gun. There is a very slight chance they let you shoot your gun whilst wall running. Maybe they let you shoot a mag. I think the most they're going to let you do whilst wall run is maybe reload. I think this is going to be just a traversal kind of passive and thing, just for fun, and repositioning. Using this offensively, you're going to have to like jump off of a wall from a great height and then pull out your gun, probably mid-fall. The devs have said on multiple occasions they don't want to put wall running in Apex, and you know, if you've ever watched a Moki video where he's talking to a developer about, you know, adding a dash ability, for example, they always sound pretty close-minded about adding certain movement abilities to this game. And people have been asking, does this worry you if he gets wall running, that it takes away from me or whatever? I'm pretty open-minded about this sort of thing, because I'm so tired of playing Revenant at this point, because he's so fundamentally bad for the game. He is terribly designed, he has no disengage, and in my opinion there should not be a legend in the game that does not have some form of disengage that is directly meant to save you during a fight. It makes playing the game infinitely worse. And the more movement that is available to all players, the better. Doesn't matter what legend, what input. I think having more movement available to anyone and everyone increases the skill gap, and it's more interesting to play against, to play with, and to watch. If I log on to Apex one day when this rework comes out and everyone's all running around with Revenant, then that's beautiful. This character is so cool, but so bad, and I think he deserves a rework that is going to make everyone want to play him, at least for some time. I don't get jealous about people wanting to play the character. I understand he's very cool, and that he deserves a bit of limelight for once, and if Wall Run comes out and everyone starts playing him and doing all this cool stuff, then so be it. I'd simply see it as a challenge to try to improve so much as a player that you would still want to tune into my videos and watch me do my whole Revenant thing. Maybe, you know, the idea of the fact that I was doing the wall running stuff before his rework ever came out is a cool concept, but I'm still going to be playing him. I'll literally try to be the best Revenant I possibly can be, even if everyone else is now wall running. That is completely fine by me. I can't wait to see what everyone else does with the character. Really exciting stuff. And yeah, I'm just stoked on it. Also, just before we finish, the whole skins stuff about the skin rework, people are worried about losing their skins because of a reworked model to do with like the mythic or whatever. Stop worrying about that, bro. Like, there's no way they're gonna remove all of your skins, otherwise they would get fucking sued. Like, stop worrying about all of that. I don't think your skins are going to be yopped from your collection. that you spent money on, you should be a-okay. Maybe they'll rework the skin with the new model, which has like, you know, the wings or the blades on the back and the longer shoulders. They might do that, but new cosmetics are always good. The new skin looks interesting to say the least. Just really excited for the whole rework event, whatever it's coming with. Don't know when it's coming. I personally would say just keep your hopes low for it coming this season, so that way you're not disappointed, because I don't think it's coming this season. I think it's coming next season, and if it doesn't come after even next season and I end up being disappointed, then that's my fault, because developers never announced this, not once. So that's gonna be it. That's pretty much all my takes on this whole thing. Let me know what you think. Really excited for it. Just only time will tell. All we can do now is sit and wait, and yeah, hopefully it comes sooner or later. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Really appreciate it. Also, we're trying to hit 100k subs by the end of the year. That number would mean the absolute world to me. I've been trying so hard to get to it, and if we can hit that by the end of the year, if you enjoyed the content, please feel free to drop a sub and maybe come back for future videos. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, peace, peace.